ערב טוב. דבר ראשון, אנגלית, זה בסדר? אוקיי, אם אני מדבר יותר מדי מהר, בבקשה, לא להתבייש, תעצרו אותי, אוקיי? ממש, אני יכול לחזור על זה 1000 פעמים, אז בבקשה, לא להתבייש. Okay, so my name is Eitan Ingall. Like Michael said, about 3 years ago, I started with a friend of mine at the University of Michigan. Anybody? University of Michigan, Ann Arbor? Anyone heard of it? Connections there? We started an organization called the TAMID Israel Investment Group. This is my contact information. Feel free to write it down. We run a program that's a three-phased engagement program with Israel that tries to get American students involved with the Israeli economic landscape on three different levels. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what the program is, and then specifically about a consulting operation that we started about a year ago with the goal of connecting American students with Israeli businesses, specifically Israeli startups, and utilizing some of the resources that we have in order to help individuals, entrepreneurs like yourselves. So first of all, a little bit about the program. We run what we call a three-phased engagement program with Israel, which starts with the educational curriculum where students in TAMID, there's about 60 students involved right now, they hear seminars from Israeli business executives, from entrepreneurs in Israel about the Israeli business landscape. They get to engage them on a weekly basis. We've had some really big names from large companies, AstraZeneca, somebody from Teva is going to be speaking next semester. We've had small entrepreneurs who have small companies, software companies, pharmaceuticals, high-tech. After that, after listening, they go into what we call the TAMID business application phase. This phase of the program has two parts. One is a fund, an investment fund, which I'll talk about, and the other one is a consulting group, which I mentioned at the beginning, and I'm going to talk in depth about in a minute. The TAMID fund, we have opened a fund for about $10,000. It's going to be starting January 30th. We're going to be investing in Israeli publicly traded securities. There are 72 companies traded on the NASDAQ, and we're also going to be investing directly in the Tel Aviv Stock Exchange. Again, to give kids an opportunity to research Israeli companies, familiarize themselves with the Israeli economy and the Israeli economic landscape. The TAMID consulting bit is something that we started the end of last year, and right now we're working with 2 companies, and it's something that we're looking to grow, and it's the primary reason I'm here, and I'm going to come back to it in a second. The last bit is a fellowship. We send students to Israel. We give them a $5,000 stipend to come to work in an Israeli business in Tel Aviv, in Haifa, in Jerusalem, wherever, in a field that they're interested in going into in business sometime in the future, to give them a full immersion experience in the Israeli economy. So that's a little bit of an overview of the program. I want to talk specifically about the consulting bit, which is why I'm here today to talk to you. I think it's something that will be mutually beneficial to both of us. Hopefully we can help you, and I encourage you to get in touch. I'll put my contact information up at the end again. So what is the TAMID Consulting Group? The goal is very simple, to open up a two-way street between American business students and Israeli entrepreneurs. We see a lot of potential in the Israeli market. A lot of the students in the group are Jewish. They have connection to Israel, and they're looking for a way to engage that interest and to engage it in a way that they're interested in already because they're business-minded students. We're trying to get them involved in the Israeli economy. Ultimately, what we'd like to do is we'd like to help you. We'd like to add value to something that you're working on and leverage the resources that we have as American students to help whatever project you're working on. We're a group of students. There's about 60 of us who would be willing to work on a project, ultimately to create some kind of tangible result that can help you with whatever your goals are. The way we see it, there's 2 important things from our perspective, right? Your time is extremely valuable. And secondly, your resources are valuable. A lot of the companies that we work with are in the startup phase, seed phase, idea only. Some have customers, others don't. Everybody's at a different phase of the game. What we've done is we've tried to create a consulting service that offers maximum value with the minimum amount of oversight from your perspective. So you check in with us whenever you feel you want to or you have time. If you want to talk with us a lot, you can. If you want to talk less, we can set it up that way as well. The other thing we understand is that your resources are valuable. So our consulting services are free. And this might come as a shock to some of you, but it's very simple. What we do is we leverage the resources that we have as university students in terms of being in the Raw School of Business, which is one of the best business schools in the country, with a group of students that are extremely passionate and most of all, and I want to emphasize this, have time. So we are students who have a lot of skills, talented group, a bright group who have time, who are interested in the Israeli economy, who would love to get on a Skype phone call with you, hear your idea, listen to how we can help you, and then implement a plan over the course of a semester or a year to deliver a product that helps you achieve your goals. Really quickly, two companies that we've worked with this past semester, HBR Labs, which is a web collaboration software development company. I don't know if any of you have worked with Google Chrome, or sorry, not Google Chrome, Google Wave. I don't know if any of you have interacted with it. It's similar. It's a little bit more in depth. Actually, it's quite different. It's a similar idea. You can file share and live update various things, and we've done a couple of things for them. Right now, we're working on a viral marketing campaign specifically aimed at early adopters. Do you know that term, early adopters? Everybody familiar? Do you know why on a college campus that would specifically be important? Anybody? Thoughts? So these students are early adopters. That's who they are. If you throw at them an experimental technology, they'll often use it. And what we've tried to do is go at students who are in classes, who work in teams, who need to share information, who need to share files from remote locations, and have tried to ask them to use HBR software using a variety of marketing tools to try to get them to adopt the technology. Second company is Perrywise, which does mobile applications, specifically coupons and barcode technology. And the work that we've done with them has been a lot of patent research. They're trying to get into the American market, and we're trying to tell them what exists, what doesn't exist, and where they can find their niche. The other thing that we have that I want to emphasize is that a lot of our students have connections with American companies that you might not be able to get elsewhere. We're American students with families, with parents who work in all kinds of fields, a range of fields, and we're really happy to share those connections and to hook you up with various people who might be able to help you achieve your goals. Really quickly, a sample semester of a project timeline. We would start, if we were starting on January 1st, we could have a video conference, talk about the needs and goals, identify some deliverables that you might want out of us. 10 days later, we will come back to you with a timeline, a task breakdown, and some kind of feasibility report about what we think we can accomplish over the course of the semester and how we're going to communicate with you over the course of the semester. Then over the course of the next month, we'll have 3 update video conferences where we'll tell you about our progress, talk to you about what we found, the challenges we've encountered, and continue to interact with you. As I said before, we can talk to you as much or as little as you'd like, for as much time as you have or as little time as you have. And then finally, the project is completed around April 15th. We can do a semester project, we can do a full year project. Some of the things that we do, here's just a list. As you can see, they're geared at various phases of an idea. So for example, if it's just an idea that you have, you might want us to target market evaluation. You might want us to look at what companies what companies exist, what kind of competition are you getting yourself into, what kind of market demand is there, and we can do that. And we have students who are passionate about these specific things. Later on, advertising, international market entry. If you're looking to come to the US, if you're looking to market your product in the US, we can help you with that. The main thing is that I want to emphasize is that what we're trying to do is create a project that's going to add value to whatever it is that you're doing using the resources that we have, which is a human capital base of students that are interested and passionate and who are really good, talented bunch of students who would really like to help you develop your project, make it grow, and work together. And that's the idea. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. This is my information. Please take it down. I have some cards if you'd like. And that's what I have. Okay?
Thank you.
Questions? Anyone? Yeah.
So exactly what's kind of I don't know how to phrase it, but what do you get from actually running this? Only the option to get to know the Israeli market, or?
So there's a few things. If you think about students generally, right? What are they looking for? I mean, the biggest thing that business students need is experience, exactly. Real world experience that they can then go and sit in an interview for a company and say, this is what I did for this company, here's the results, here's the tangible deliverable that I gave them at the end of a project. That's the biggest thing we get out of it. On top of the fact that it's a lot of Jewish students who are engaged with Israel anyway and find this of specific interest.